While most news headlines echo the increasing poverty rate of the Democratic Republic of Congo and the long-standing conflict in the eastern region, the country's economy is experiencing a bounce back. The surge in the world prices of copper and cobalt produced in the DRC is helping to rewrite the country's name as one of the poorest populations in the world. News Centre's Adesewa Odusoga has details.
The Democratic Republic of Congo, a country with long-standing history of poor economic performance, is recovering. Unlike most of its counterparts, global financial bodies predicted comfortable growth that has been revised upwards. This strong acceleration is due to the surge in the world prices for two minerals produced in the DRC, namely copper and cobalt. Let's do a quick rundown of the country's economic history. The Democratic Republic of Congo is one of the most populous countries in Africa, with a population of more than 95 million people. The DRC sits on a total land area of 2.26 million square kilometers, with 45.6% of its population living in urban area. It is home to 70% of the world's coltan, a third of its cobalt, more than 30% of its diamond reserves. The coltan is used in portable devices like mobile phones and surgical implants because of its high resistance to corrosion. At a relatively high price of $200 per kilogram, the country supplies 17% of global needs amidst constantly high demand from electronics manufacturers. It has an untapped deposit of raw minerals estimated to be worth in excess of 24 trillion US dollars. In spite of a weakening global economic growth and a decline in both demand and price for minerals, the ROC's economy is expected to remain resilient because of the increase in public and private investment, particularly in infrastructure, that has accompanied the recent mineral boom. Ironically, the Congolese citizens are also among the world's poorest, with the lowest nominal GDP per capita in the world. 72% of the population live on less than $1.90 per day. Domestic agriculture is the main source of food and income for the majority of the population. It provides employment for more than three-fourths of the labor force and on average accounts for more than two-fifths of the GDP. Although the country is rich in agricultural potential, deterioration of transportation network and agricultural services since independence have led to a return to subsistence agriculture and a collapse of market production. Ground transport in the DRC has proven to be difficult. The terrain and climate of the Congo Basin present serious barriers to road and rail construction, and the distances are enormous across the vast country. The country has navigable rivers and moves more passengers and goods by boat. The DRC has the infrastructure for hydroelectricity from the Congo River. The country also possesses 50% of Africa's forests and a river system that could provide hydroelectric power to the entire continent. Chronic economic mismanagement, political corruption, and internal conflict have led to a long-term underinvestment of infrastructure. Investors may be profiting from government policies, but Congolese nationals know that the DRC is still a poor country struggling to end a long-running conflict. The impact of the growth has not trickled down to its citizens. The latest World Bank assessment of the country shows that although still high, the rate of poverty fell from 71% in 2005 to 63% in 2012. And thanks to the prudent policies by the country's central bank, the rate of inflation, which was 53% in 2009, dropped from 3% in 2012 to an average of about 1% over the past 3 years. While the conflict in the eastern DRC is unlikely to end soon, the country's economic prospect remains positive. Adesewa Odusoga, reporting for News Central.